I awoke to the ominous vibrations of my phone on a windy night in late November. The glass of water beside my bed shook as the device rattled on the table. I fumbled to grab it, my eyes squinting against the harsh light of the screen. The caller ID displayed my brother's name, Eddie. Groggily, I answered, not yet comprehending the chaos that awaited me on the other end. "Hello?" I mumbled, the wind howling outside my window. My brother's voice crackled through the line, a mixture of panic and despair. Behind him, I heard gut-wrenching screams, like a symphony of agony. "Jason! Jason, are you there?" Eddie's voice pleaded with desperation. I sat up, my heart racing as I tried to make sense of the chaos. "Eddie, what's going on? Where are you?" "He's dying, I think he's dying," Eddie stammered, between sobs, the screams in the background intensifying. "Who?" "Eddie, slow down. What's happening?" I pressed, rubbing the sleep from my eyes. "I hit him. I didn't see him coming. He just came out on the road," Eddie confessed, his voice trembling with guilt. My mind raced to comprehend the gravity of the situation. "Okay, Eddie, calm down. Where are you?" "I'm coming to you." "He's dying, Jason." "I think he's dying," Eddie repeated, his words a desperate mantra. As I hastily dressed and grabbed my keys, Eddie continued to sob on the other end of the line. "Eddie, listen to me. Call 911. Get an ambulance there." "I'm on my way, just hold on." The line abruptly went silent. I stared at my phone in disbelief. Frantically, I tried calling back, but it went straight to voicemail. Panic set in as I rushed out of my apartment, the biting cold wind hitting me as I ran to my car. The drive was a blur of anxiety and dread. Hollow Creek Road loomed ahead, a notorious stretch of asphalt whispered about in hushed tones among the locals. Strange occurrences, urban legends, and unexplainable phenomena were attributed to this desolate back road. As I sped toward the scene of the accident, I couldn't shake the unsettling feeling that something supernatural was at play. When I arrived, Eddie's car stood in the middle of the road, an eerie stillness surrounding it. The wind carried the scent of impending doom as I approached cautiously. Eddie emerged from the darkness, bloodied and disoriented, stumbling toward me. "Jason, Jason," he whimpered, collapsing into my arms. The metallic scent of blood hung in the air. "I've got you," I reassured, though an uneasy feeling gnawed at the edges of my consciousness. "Did you call the police?" Eddie's vacant eyes met mine. "My phone is dead. That's why the call cut out." I handed him my phone and keys, instructing him to call for help, and watched as he drove away in my car. Alone in the unsettling silence, I surveyed the scene, my senses on high alert. The crash site revealed a macabre stage, a surreal tableau of horror. Skid marks painted a desperate attempt to stop, and a trail of blood led to a lifeless figure on the road. As I approached, dread crawled up my spine. The wind whispered unsettling secrets as I circled the motionless form. The ghastly revelation struck me like a lightning bolt. The mutilated body before me wore Eddie's face, a grotesque parody of my brother. Horror and disbelief congealed in my chest, and a cold laughter echoed through the night. The following days blurred into a nightmarish haze. I filed a missing person report, concocting a narrative of stress and mental health struggles to shield myself from suspicion. The town fell into a hushed silence, haunted by the unsolved mystery of Hollow Creek Road. Years passed, and the disappearance of my brother became a spectral legend, whispered about in the quiet corners of the town. I lived in constant fear, haunted by nightly visitations. Eddie's apparition, a grotesque mimicry, manifested outside my window, beckoning with false warmth. The wind carried his voice, a macabre serenade that mingled dread with nostalgia. Nights became a battleground between sanity and the encroaching darkness. Laughter, cold and relentless, echoed through the corridors of my mind. The creature, once my brother, toyed with my emotions, a malevolent puppeteer orchestrating a symphony of fear. I withdrew from the world, a recluse haunted by the specter of Hollow Creek Road. The once friendly town now whispered my name with a tinge of fear and suspicion. I avoided questions, shunning the curious glances of neighbors who sought answers to an enigma I could not unravel. One night, as the wind rattled my apartment windows, Eddie's apparition stood outside, staring at me with eyes that glittered like malevolent gems. The needle-like teeth grinned in a mockery of a smile. I trembled, unable to tear my gaze away from the nightmare that wore my brother's face. The laughter intensified, reverberating through the walls as I sank to my knees. Sanity unraveled, and I screamed into the void, a desperate plea for release from the unending torment. The creature, once Eddie, continued its twisted charade, a puppet dancing to the tune of an otherworldly force. In the depths of my despair, a revelation unfolded. The entity that haunted me, that wore my brother's visage, was a manifestation of Hollow Creek Road itself. A malevolent force that thrived on fear, feeding off the anguish of those who dared tread its cursed path. Haunted and broken, I stood at the precipice of madness, my existence entwined with a supernatural tormentor. The laughter persisted, a cruel reminder of a fate entangled with the mysteries of Hollow Creek Road. As the years wore on, the town succumbed to an eerie stillness. The legend of the cursed road persisted, a cautionary tale passed down through generations. The disappearance of my brother became a cautionary fable, a dark chapter etched into the town's history. In the dead of night, when the wind howled through the desolate streets, I heard the laughter again. The creature, wearing Eddie's face, beckoned from the shadows. With each creak of my apartment door and every whisper of the wind, the malevolent force asserted its presence. I clung to the remnants of my sanity, a frail barrier against the encroaching darkness. The laughter, once a torment, became a perverse lullaby that accompanied my restless nights. The entity reveled in its power, a malefic puppeteer orchestrating the symphony of my descent into madness. The town, now a ghostly echo of its former self, bore the scars of a supernatural ordeal. The once thriving community had become a graveyard of memories, each street corner haunted by the specter of Hollow Creek Road. As the laughter echoed through the corridors of my mind, I realized the true horror of my existence. I was a prisoner of the supernatural, entangled in a web of malevolence that transcended the boundaries of reality. In the stillness of the night, I contemplated the nature of my tormentor. Was it an ancient force, a malevolent spirit that found sustenance in the suffering of the living? Or was it a manifestation of collective fear, an entity born from the town's darkest secrets? The wind whispered cryptic messages, carrying the weight of centuries-old curses. I delved into forbidden texts and sought the guidance of enigmatic figures who claimed knowledge of the occult. Yet, the answers remained elusive, obscured by the veil of the supernatural. In my relentless pursuit of understanding, I uncovered fragments of forgotten lore that spoke of a pact made with the shadows. Hollow Creek Road, a nexus of malevolence, bore witness to ancient rituals and unspeakable horrors. The laughter that echoed through the night was a testament to an otherworldly covenant that ensnared the town in a perpetual nightmare. I became a reluctant scholar of the occult, navigating the treacherous realms of forbidden knowledge. The entity, once Eddie, continued its haunting, a persistent reminder of the insurmountable darkness that lurked within the fabric of reality. The town, gripped by an unspoken terror, veiled its secrets in layers of myth and superstition. I ventured into the heart of Hollow Creek Road, where the wind whispered ancient incantations and the shadows danced with malevolent glee. The road, a conduit between worlds, pulsated with an otherworldly energy. I felt the gaze of unseen entities, spectral guardians of the supernatural tapestry that enveloped the cursed thoroughfare. As I delved deeper, the laughter intensified, a cacophony of torment that reverberated through the very foundations of reality. In the heart of the night, beneath the ghostly glow of moonlight, I confronted the entity that wore my brother's face. The wind howled, carrying the echoes of forgotten souls and the anguished wails of those who had succumbed to the malevolence of Hollow Creek Road. The creature, a grotesque parody of Eddie, grinned with razor-sharp teeth and vacant eyes that mirrored the abyss. It spoke in a voice that resonated with the echoes of the damned, recounting tales of ancient pacts and unspeakable rituals that bound the town to the supernatural. As I stood at the crossroads of existence, a choice loomed before me: Embrace the darkness that clung to the town like a sinister shroud, or defy the malevolent force that sought to consume my very soul. In that harrowing moment, I glimpsed the true nature of the entity. It was a manifestation of collective fear, a reflection of the town's darkest secrets and unspoken sins. The laughter, once a source of torment, became a distorted symphony that exposed the town's complicity in the supernatural pact. With newfound clarity, I confronted the entity, challenging the ancient covenant that bound the town to the malevolence of Hollow Creek Road. The wind, now a tempest of spectral energy, carried my defiance across the desolate landscape. The creature, writhing in agony, wailed as the supernatural threads that ensnared the town began to unravel. Shadows recoiled, and the laughter morphed into a discordant lament, a requiem for the fading malevolence that had haunted the town for centuries. As the first light of dawn broke through the horizon, I stood amidst the remnants of a supernatural battleground. The entity, once eddy, dissipated like morning mist, leaving behind an eerie calm that settled over Hollow Creek Road. The town, freed from the shackles of its malevolent past, slowly emerged from the shadows. The whispers of ancient curses faded, replaced by the tentative murmurs of a community awakening from a long, haunting nightmare. In the aftermath, I became a reluctant guardian of the town's secrets, a keeper of the fragile peace that now enveloped Hollow Creek Road. The wind, once a harbinger of supernatural dread, now carried the whispers of a town reclaiming its lost innocence. As the years passed, the legend of Hollow Creek Road transformed from a tale of horror into a cautionary narrative. The entity that once wore my brother's face became a distant memory, a fading specter in the annals of the town's history. I, too, became a spectral figure, a solitary figure who wandered the haunted thoroughfare, a guardian of the delicate balance between the living and the supernatural. The wind, now a gentle breeze, whispered tales of redemption and resilience, weaving a new narrative for Hollow Creek Road. The town, scarred but resilient, thrived in the embrace of a newfound peace. The laughter that once echoed through the night became a distant echo, a haunting reminder of a past overcome by courage and defiance. In the heart of Hollow Creek Road, where shadows had danced with malevolent glee, a memorial stood as a testament to the town's resilience. A plaque bore the names of those who had succumbed to the supernatural forces that once gripped the community. As I stood before the memorial, I felt a gentle breeze, a whisper of gratitude from the departed souls. The wind, once a harbinger of dread, now carried the echoes of redemption, a soothing melody that transcended the boundaries of the living and the dead. Hollow Creek Road, once synonymous with horror, became a symbol of triumph over the supernatural. The town, scarred yet resilient, embraced a future unburdened by the shadows of its haunted past. And as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the silent road, I walked into the twilight, a guardian of secrets, a witness to the transformative power of courage and the enduring resilience of the human spirit. The wind carried my steps, a whisper of a tale that had transcended the boundaries of time and entered the realm of legend. Subscribe now and become a part of our community of brave souls who dare to confront the unknown. Hit that notification bell to ensure you never miss a riddle that will haunt your dreams and awaken the dormant fears within. Whispers in the darkness await you, but be warned, once you enter, there's no turning back.